Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Little More Light podcast. In this podcast, we talk about how you can better your life and also the life of others. And so we've talked a lot about shining bright, about being a giver, about being a light unto others, about doing what you can to project, because when you project this kind of light, you end up receiving it, it reflects back onto you. And one of the ways to do that is to encourage your friend, to help them believe in themselves. Because there is nothing stronger than when somebody who appreciates you receives compliment from you. You know, everyone has doubts. We all do. It's totally normal. We're human. We don't know what the future might bring. We also want to please others. We also want to make sure to get others' recognition, to get compliments, to get by our peers, to get respected. It's totally normal to feel this way because really everyone has issues with self-belief and no one really knows the future. There's a lot of areas that we don't know what's going to happen a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And so that's why a lot of time, we're being very cautious. We're being a little bit, selfish sometimes, and we try to play it safe, and that's completely normal. But I want to tell you something. I want to tell you a little bit about trying to think a different way. So first of all, we have to have emunah. Emunah means belief, and it comes from the word uman, which means professional. We have to professionally think about others in a way that they are and they have something amazing and special. We really have to train ourselves to do that, because we have to believe that when God created this world and created all of us, He created it with purpose. He created it with a vision that we would be a part of. And so when you look at everyone else, you have to look at them, like we say, be'ayin yafa, with a good eye. You have to look at them and think the best of them. Not the worst, but the best of them. And this is what it says, ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. You should love your fellow as you love yourself. Meaning, you have to love yourself and you have to love the other person the same way. And so I want to tell you this story of this little boy who comes home. And he comes home and he brings a letter to his mom. And so now this little boy brings a letter to his mother, and his mother opens it, she reads it, and she cries. And so the boy says, Mom, tell me what's on the letter. What does it say? And the mom says, this is a letter that I received from your school. It's an amazing letter, son. I could not be more proud of you. And she reads to him, she says, this is what the letter says. Your son is a genius, is very, very smart, very, very bright. And unfortunately, in our small town, we can't teach him anymore because he has succeeded in all levels and we have nothing more to offer to him. And so we advise you to send him to a bigger city, would have bigger school with bigger, more knowledgeable professors, and there he'll be able to reach his full potential. And she hugs him and kisses him. Now this boy grows up, goes to another school, succeeds, becomes great and everything else. And then many, many years later, his mother passes away. And it's a very, very sad time. And of course, after the funeral, he comes home and he looks through his mother's thing. And this is when he finds this letter. And this letter, he opens it. And, with tears, he remembers, that day very, very clearly. It was a very special day. His mother kisses and love. And he reads the letter and he's shocked. The letter is completely different from what he's heard. The letter says, Ma'am, your son is mentally incapacitated and we can't teach him anymore because he doesn't deserve in this school, he's not capable of learning, and he will amount to nothing. This story is from the 1900s, where they weren't as careful with their words as they are today. And the actual words were worse than that. And you can imagine a mother reading this letter about her son, the pain, the sadness. And sometime a reaction would have been, most people, a lot of people would react and be upset at their son. Or they would go and fight with the school. But this mother's approach was very, very different. She took this opportunity, and instead of making it something bitter, something very, very disappointing, very, very hard and sad, she turned it into something beautiful and amazing that stays in this boy's memory for the rest of his life. Now, you might know this boy. His name was Thomas Edison, one of the brightest minds of the 19th century, and went on to great success. And we could maybe say that the reason for his success was because of that very story. Because when others believe in you on a level that is even higher than your own belief, it creates a feeling in you that you have to prove them right, and that you have to live the life that others are seeing in you. And so, there's a lot of parents who listen to this. There's a lot of people who are going to be parents. There's people who are students. And the thing is, try to give compliments to others when you thank them. Meaning, a lot of time we don't want to do that because maybe it's weird, maybe it's strange to just say to someone something great, that they are amazing, that you believe in them. But go for it, because you actually might change this person's life. And so I want to finish off by saying, believe in yourself. You are great. You are going to be an amazing, successful, impactful person. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't be what you think you could be. And so just go for it. I want to wish you a great day. And again, like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much, and have a good rest of the week.